Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the HamCorp Training Manual. In this episode, we will construct the Cleanroom, which is required for all future circuits, and we will complete the nanosuit, giving us night vision and protection. So the overall goal right now is to make the nanosuit, as you know. I've gathered some components of what I need. For example, I could probably make these the carbon parts set already. In fact, let's just do that. Let's do that right now. I also forgot to mention last time, but I've already blasted the energetic alloy wire. Sorry, the energetic alloy ingots, which I can turn into wire. I have those here. I even have some extra. We also need to make energium dust, energy crystals, and nanocrystals. To turn this energium dust into energy crystals, we need an HV autoclave, which I made before. And in the HV autoclave, we can either use molten energetic alloy, which is quite expensive for us at the moment, or conductive iron. So I'm going to use the conductive iron. I'm only making 4 crystals, so it's not that big of a deal that it takes twice as long. In the meantime, I just noticed that I need an ender pearl or ender eye lens to make the nanocrystals, and this actually needs an MV lathe, which we have not made. And we're not going to make, because I'm just going to go straight to an HV lathe. So here's something I didn't notice, but the HV lathe actually specifically needs an industrial diamond. And the industrial diamond we can make with a compressor and a coal chunk. Coal chunk is from an assembler with a block of coal and 8 compressed coal balls, and the coal balls are a mix of coal, dust, and flint. So this is going to be quite a lot of coal that's being compressed down into one diamond. Got my energy crystals, by the way. Still have to make this HV lathe though. Got my industrial diamond and my HV lathe. So now I can make my ender pearl plate or lens. Got the ender pearl lens, and now we can make nanocrystals. However, the nanocrystals require an HV precision laser engraver, which I don't think we've made yet. Yeah, we haven't made one yet. Also, I just noticed that this is a quest reward, so I guess I'll take the loot bag once I do this. But yeah, so I need to make that, and then we can make nanocrystals. Once we have the nanocrystals, we can make the boots, the legs, and the body armor. We have everything for that. However, making the helmet is a little more difficult because we need night vision goggles. And the night vision goggles need sensor lenses and advanced heat exchangers. Sensor lenses are fine, we can do this. But the heat exchangers require EV circuits. And EV circuits can only be made in a clean room. So I've also calculated the number of clean room components that I need, like the controller and the plastic blocks and the filter machine casing and so on. And I've dug out a little space that I'm going to put the clean room in. Right here. So the quest wants a small 5x5x5 clean room, but I'm making one a little bit bigger. But yeah, it's a variable size. It just needs to have an odd number side length, and they don't even need to be the same side length, so you can have a rectangle as long as the side lengths are odd. So I could make the laser engraver now, but I need 5 more circuits for that. And yeah, I could do that here, but I think I'd rather invest in a clean room early before I make these circuits, so I can switch to using processor assemblies instead. These are a little bit cheaper, but they also need the cheapest type of MV tier circuits, which also needs a clean room. So again, like before, these build up. So you make the integrated processors, that gets you the processor assembly, and that you can use to make a workstation, which is the EV circuit. So I'm going to pivot to making a clean room really quick and put the rest of the stuff on hold. And there's nothing new here that you haven't seen before. It's all kind of components we've made before. So I'm just going to gather these up and I'll see you when I have everything for the clean room. Okay, I'm back with all of this stuff. This took a lot longer than I thought it would. It was mostly the black steel frames and the item filters that also took a long time. All that's left is to make the clean room controller. And it is a little cheaper to make it in the assembler, actually. You only use one motor and 2 filters instead of 2 motors and 3 filters. Also, the entire wall of the clean room does not have to be plasticrete. You can replace some percentage of it with other materials. There's specific materials, but I'm going to use reinforced glass, and you can replace up to 5% of the blocks with reinforced glass, and it will still count as a clean room. Alright, let's put this thing together. I do need to move this pipe out of the way. Yeah, I might make it go probably around the clean room. Let me get some pipes. Cool. Out of sight. I also brought these elevators so I can get in and out of the clean room without having to open a door. Cool. The clean room controller itself is going to go right below the elevator. Cool. Looks like it formed. Let me go double check. Looks like this might be too many reinforced glass. I might need to make some more plasticrete. Okay, I had to replace 2 reinforced glass with plasticrete. I also added this cable diode. This allows me to send power into the clean room so I can power the machines that are going to go in here, because you're not allowed to put any polluting machines inside the clean room. Obviously, it's a clean room. So that means no gas turbines, no steam turbines, none of that. So using this cable diode, we can now pump in 4 amps of HV, and we can use that power to power all the machines in here. So I've fixed the maintenance issues, but we've shut down due to power loss. So the clean room is going to constantly use a tiny bit of power. First, it's going to clean the room. That takes a little more power. That takes a little bit more than 1 amp of LV. But 1 LV energy hatch is enough to keep up with that. So I'm just going to borrow these 2 steam engines, or steam turbines. Now I just need to get the steam from the tank to these turbines. Then we will have a functioning clean room. I should probably put some lights in there so nothing spawns in, huh? I'm pretty low on pipes, so I'm just kind of using whatever I can get my hands on. This is so cursed. Like, what is this? If you can't see it, it doesn't exist, right? Okay, so now this should be cleaning. All right. It's going to take some time, but it's slowly going to bring the efficiency up to 100%. As you can see, it's 1% right now. 2%. So yeah, it's going to take some time. And once it eventually reaches 100% in like 10 minutes or whatever, then we will be able to do things in here. The efficiency percent is... Uh-oh. Yeah, my budget pipe setup is probably just not good enough. I also happen to have some huge steel fluid pipes, so I'm gonna use this. This is still pretty cursed. But at least this definitely has the throughput that we need. But, like I was saying, the efficiency is basically the probability that a craft is going to succeed. And if it does not succeed, it just voids the inputs. So yeah, so we want that to be 100% at all times. Just like the railcraft boilers, keeping it at 100% is cheaper than bringing it to 100% in terms of energy. So once this gets up to 100%, we only actually need 1 steam turbine to keep it there, assuming it just stays powered the whole time and there's no problems. Also, maintenance problems in the clean room are huge. They give you a much bigger efficiency hit than for other machines. So it's very important to deal with all the maintenance issues for the clean room. Okay, the clean room is now running at 100% efficiency, so we can start setting up some machines in here. I have a cable diode here. This is plugged in to a turbo gas generator on the other side. So this can output up to 4 amps of HV. So I made these 2x blue alloy cables. I also made an MV transformer so that we can use this, oh, it's upstairs. So we can use this MV circuit assembler. I'm also moving the MV precision laser engraver and cutting machine in here. With these, I can make the central processing units with some wafers and the glass lens. Now I also need some empty plastic boards. I decided to skip these in the last chapter, if you remember. But now the time is here to actually do these. So there's a couple different recipes for making, oh, not plastic boards, but the plastic circuit board. There's a couple different recipes for making these. This one is obviously the best. You get 8 for one craft. But we don't have access to polybenzimidazole until IV. So that's gotta wait. Polytetrafluoroethylene we can do now. We haven't set it up. Same with polyvinyl chloride. We're gonna need both of these things. So those are on the to-do list at some point. But for now, I do have some polytetrafluoroethylene from a Quest reward. 32 actually, it's quite a bit. So I'm just gonna use those to make a batch of plastic circuit boards. That should be, what, 2 stacks? And then I'm just gonna roll with that until I run out. And once I run out, I'm gonna make polyvinyl chloride, because that's easier. And then also, I guess I can do both once I once I go through these plastic circuit boards. The plastic circuit boards don't really have a use except for to turn into plastic circuit boards. Wait, they have the same name. I didn't notice that. But the final version. So I'm just gonna convert them. And here is the first PCB. So now we can make the first integrated processor, an MV circuit. This is the first circuit that needs a clean room, and all circuits after this need a clean room as well. You can also see the circuit tree. I don't think I've shown this before, but if you click this button, you can see the circuit tree. And you want to use the circuit that is as far to the right as possible in each row, because those are the cheapest. Going down a column is going up a voltage tier. So we're currently in this stage, where we can make the MV integrated processor and the processor assembly and the workstation, and I guess the mainframe too. My inventory is an absolute mess, but I have everything I need. I need more transistors. But this does finish the quest. Next is the processor assembly. The first processor assembly. We could push ahead and make the EV circuit, the workstation, but I think I'm going to chill for a sec and instead make the HV precision laser engraver. So this needs more circuits, obviously. So I'm going to make a nice big batch of HV circuits, and then I'll see you then. I think we can actually make the nanosuit now. So let me make these nanocrystals first. We can make the MV circuits. Now we upgrade these to HV. Half of these HV circuits are going to get turned into workstations. I feel like we just entered HV and we're already making EV circuits. Now with all these remaining items, we can make the 2 sensor lenses. And the heat exchangers. This doesn't need to be in the clean room, but this is where I have my HV current, so I just put it in here. Oh, these don't stack. And then the advanced heat exchangers. This is where the EV circuits are used. The night vision goggles. And finally, the nanosuit. Now the nanosuit does need to be charged, but you can charge it in any HV machine. Just put it in the power slot. So I've got my nanosuit. The helmet in particular is probably the best. It has night vision. Isn't that just awesome? It's so good. I'm gonna have this on like basically all the time, but it does cost a little bit of power to use, so maybe not all the time. So next, I want to make a whole big fat batch of circuits. 1 stack of LV, 1 stack of MV, 1 stack of HV, and half a stack of EV. Because I'm kind of tired of running out of circuits all the time, so I'm just going to make a whole load of them. And as I discover things that I need, for example the polytetrafluoroethylene for the plastic, I will make the chemical process for that and show it off. Thank you for watching this episode of the HamCorp Training Manual. In the next episode, we will set up chemical processes for many chemicals used in circuit fabrication. If there's time, we will also try to start work on oil processing. HamCorp would like to remind employees that we provide excellent benefits if you subscribe, such as 1 extra vacation hour and free bathroom breaks. See you next time.